Hello, everyone. So, for this first segment, we're going to be talking about the whole, going back to school because obviously that's going to be happening very soon. And we just wanted to give our thoughts on that. So, I guess first, Lizette, since I know you're actually going back to real physical school, what are you most excited for?
I'm most excited for actually being in the school as a student because I've never been there as a student. I'm excited to walk around there and be in high school.
Yes, of course, actually going to high school.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen my friends. I'm not sure why I said that twice, but friends in a while, like in real life. So that's definitely what I'm sort of most looking forward to. Even though I'm not sure how group work's gonna really work, especially in the science classrooms where all the desks are really sort of close together.
My good friends aren't even in my cohort, so I'm not even sure how often I get to see them, even if I did go back.
Oh, okay. Wait, you got assigned your cohorts? Did I miss that?
Yeah, they gave us our cohorts at the very start of the school year, I think. I
Oh.
don't know if they changed though.
Oh wow. I think I sort of remember that. I'll have to look at that. So I think you said earlier, Taryn, that not that you're not going back, right? What's sort of the reasoning behind that?
Well, I've heard a lot of people say "Oh, I want to go be with my friends." But again, I don't know how often I'd see them. I don't really have a problem doing online learning. I feel like I focus the same amount at home, so that's cool. I just don't really want to do all of the safety precautions and for what? I can't even see my friends that often. Plus I live a little relatively far away, not actually compared to some of you people, but I don't have a ride to get there. I don't have a set lunch plan. It's too much to plan out for not a lot of reward for me.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely see the all the precautions and stuff because we have to take our plexiglass containers everywhere and have a mat or something that we have to put away. Yeah, it does sound like kind of a process, but yeah, honestly, I think I'm just kind of ready to not sit at this desk 4 hours a day. Is really kind of another big reason behind why I'm going back. But hey, you actually, at least Lizette, you actually get to see Miss Cancino's classroom. So yes, I have been told that. Yeah, that's kind of actually that's something that is definitely going to kind of just for all grades in general. The science in particular has taken a really big hit because we can't do labs, and that's what actually most of the science classes work with. So yeah, those are fun. Those are always my favorite parts. But I'm kind of a nerd. I think that's kind of a IPoly thing in general. We're all kind of nerds. Yeah, nerd school.
It's not the nerd school. It's
Yeah.
the college preparedness school. There's a
Yes.
difference.
Yeah, college prep. There you go. All right, we're preparing for the future. Yep. Actually, now I think about it, how they said that there was gonna be Grubhub or something for Cal Poly or whatever. Actually, did I miss something where they said are we able to actually go on the campus, or are they just saying it's off limits?
I think it might be off limits. I'm not exactly sure, but I went to the town hall meeting the other day, and they were just talking about how they're gonna have that Grubhub, and another option would be just bringing your own lunch. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, but yeah, Taryn. Either way, Taryn and I are gonna be doing a segment on that later in this episode. So stay tuned for that. Oh, that's right. That is some podcast entertainer stuff. There we go. Yes, we're totally gonna get sponsored at some point where we're gonna have an ad break. And yeah, definitely.
So those are the things that we're excited about for online school. But I mean, wait. Those are the things we're excited about for physical school. But are there any things you guys have heard about that you're like, oh, I don't want to have to do that to go to school?
Waking up a bit earlier, that's kind of a... But, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, a lot of it's just like, there's still a lot of unknowns, at least for me. Maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention, but I don't really know how it's all going to go down, so that's kind of, I think worse things worse, I go there and I don't like it, and I just decide to stay inside for the rest of the time. So, and yeah, I think it's definitely worth checking out, but yeah, man, I have to like carry things. That's gonna be such a process, though. Wow, I'm very lazy.
Having to carry the plexiglass everywhere and having to carry your Chromebook, and I'm just like, levitate, please. But yeah, that's probably the main thing I'm not excited for.
Yeah.
I mean, the check-in process sounded kind of weird. I mean, not like hard, just strange. Because it sounds like first you have to like take a survey or something and wait in a parking lot, like socially distanced. And then I think they like go through and like double check you or something.
Yeah, I think the survey you're talking about is like in like an email, or like a very quick email, just like, are you feeling any of these symptoms? And then you click like no or something, and then you go. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a person with a thermometer standing at the entrance or something. Also, I'm kind of a teacher's pet, so I like to get to know my teachers, because I've always enjoyed doing that. Yeah, that's probably my biggest complaint with like staying online, is I don't get to talk to them very much.
Teachers are very interesting. Like, you go into your room, you immediately know what you want to talk about. Like with Cancino, the first time I walked in there, I was like, what do I focus on? There are so many cool things. And then she has mysteries within mysteries in there. Like, she opens up her cabinet and there's a million more cool things in there. And you're like,
it's like a bunch of like, I don't even remember most of the stuff in her classroom, honestly. Again, it's been a while since I've been in there, but yes, I'm just, we're bringing that up because I've been told that she brings up the fact that her classroom is really cool a lot, and yes, we agree. It is definitely one of the cooler classrooms in the school.
Seem kind of interesting. I guess it would be like cool to get to know them, but I get the feeling they talk as much as they need to via Google Meet.
Even from like it's not even just like, because it's fun. I do it mostly because it is fun, but especially when you get like especially now that I'm in junior year and all that, like your teachers, you need to know people. You know what I mean? Like they don't really tell you this much like beforehand, but like networking is one of the most important skills just in general, especially like when you start doing applications. Most applications will ask for at least one letter of recommendation. You know what I mean? So you have to have people who know you. You have to have higher ups who know you well enough to be able to actually give a good give a good statement about you. Also, they'll just be much more willing to help you if you have issues stuff. So they're not going to care very much about a little circle with a little M&M with a letter on the screen. You gotta engage with them somehow.
Lizette, I know you're over here like haven't actually gone to high school yet, but at the same time you must realize that this isn't like a traditional high school. So does that make you like more excited, less excited?
I would for sure say more excited, because like I get to see what non-traditional school is like instead of having to go to like a traditional school. I get to see like the cooler stuff that makes it different from all the other schools.
One of the biggest things about IPoly in general is that it has an amazing community. Like I've in all my time on the campus, I have never seen any like bullying, and definitely not any like fights or whatever. That at least I know movies don't really portray normal high school very well either. But I know that's like common in a lot of schools, and yeah, like all this people are really amazing. Like all the staff, I know them all very well. They're all really cool people. Yeah, that's probably, at least in my opinion, IPoly's biggest strength. At least as someone who values that a lot.
Like, we'll get to have this with hybrid school, but it was always kind of fun to just sit there like during lunch and they'd be playing music, and even though we have like zero grass, someone would still be playing like volleyball or heads up. I mean buds up, like all the time.
Yes, the volleyball squad in the volleyball quad squad. There you go. That's the trademark name. There you go. See, creative genius right there. We're coming up with different things here at the IPoly Podcast. I'm not really sure I'm going with that.
Plus, there are a lot of people who just sort of like hang out during lunch, and we just big groups of people clumped in different spots. So now I kind of want to see like what spot is going to be the hangout spot. Are we still going to have the social distance? Can we like every single classroom is just packed full of kids once they're done eating?
Yeah, I actually don't really know how lunch is going to work now that I think about it. I mean, there's going to be, I guess, if half of each grade, I think is kind of the average, said that they're going to go back, and then half of that population is going to be at the school at once because it's by grade, only 2 grades in the school at once, so it's, only about like a quarter, theoretically, of the whole normal student base on the campus. And while I know that Cal Poly won't be open, that's still not very densely packed. Well, something we'll find out when we get there, I guess. But I don't really have anything else I desperately need to say. What about you guys? Well, I guess with that.
Chilling.
Oh yeah. And with that, I think we're gonna end this segment off here. Well, next up, we're gonna have Lizette here giving a interview with Mr. Speier, the freshman math teacher. I'm sure most of the audience didn't really need to be told who Mr. Speier is, but there we go. And
you who haven't been a freshman at IPoly or existed here for 2 weeks, Mr. Speier is the freshman math teacher.
Yes, that he is. In case you forgot his name somehow. But anyways, I think we can end this segment here, and we will see you later.
Hello everyone, welcome to this now new segment. And we have the famous freshman math teacher, Mr. Speier, with us.
I'm famous? Yes! This is so much fun. Tell my wife I'm famous now. This is good. Cool.
So, as you know from previous segments before this, we are mainly talking about in-person and going back to school. Some of us are going back. And so we will be asking Mr. Speier, questions on that. Let's just jump right into it. Our first question will be, will there be an orientation or something similar for freshmen?
Yeah, so for freshmen, the kind of like basic orientation was actually on Wednesday night, the town hall meeting. So yeah, hopefully we were able to attend that. If you were not, it's okay. I'm not sure if there is a recording of that available somewhere. I actually don't know the answer to that question, but as far as orientation goes for freshmen, honestly, it's not super needed. And here's the reason why. When you guys come to campus at 8:30, number one thing about IPoly that's really nice, it's a very small campus, meaning it's very hard to get lost. If you come inside the buildings, you're going to see people that you know. Okay, and so then just remember on Monday morning, you're going to be Monday, April 5th, you will be showing up to your house teacher, And so as you walk into campus, to keep it, it's actually pretty easy. All the freshman teachers are on the ground floor. So so you don't need to go up to the second level to see your teachers, at least for first block. As you walk into campus, Miss Ortega and Mr. Speier, myself, will be on the left side. Miss Cancino and Mr. Nam are on the right. Okay, and you'll find us. Don't you worry. At that point, all the sophomores on Monday morning will be in class, and sophomores, just consult your teachers on where to go. I'm pretty sure sophomores are going to start in PE foreign language, so So sophomores head to PE and foreign language first thing in the morning. Freshmen, find your house teacher. And don't worry, we'll find you. I'm usually making a ton of noise in the morning, so you'll hear me before you see me probably. So, and then the other ones, if you're in South or West House, hang a right and go towards the right side of campus. And then Miss Ortega and I are on the left side. So, and that's as you walk in the building. So as you walk in through the gates, Miss Ortega and Spire left, Cancino Dom right.
All right, thank you. Do we need to bring any textbooks or / what supplies will we need?
That's a great question. What I would say is honestly consult your teachers as far as the textbooks thing go. For those of you who know me, I'm a textbook anarchist. If you bring the book to my room, I will yell at you. So don't do that. So don't bring my textbook. It's useless, and and it doesn't sell for very much online. I haven't checked. Wink, wink, hint, hint. But anyhow, for my class specifically, I was a freshman in my class specifically, please do not. For the rest of you guys, consult your teachers, see what your teachers want to do. And then as far as materials go, I do know that all of the classrooms will actually have these little MacBook Airs. They're pretty darn sweet, I'm not going to lie. I was messing around with them yesterday, actually, on Thursday. They're really cool laptops. So the majority of your work should be done there. But as far as classes go, obviously I'm a math guy, so probably pencil, paper, pen, something like that. As far as your other teachers go, I mean, just bring pretty much whatever you usually bring. Me like a binder, some like pens, pencils, paper, stuff like that is what I would bring. But the majority of the work will be done through the computer anyway. So that's as far as school supplies. It's pretty much all I can think of. Another one, big one. For everybody, headphones. Bring headphones that you can plug in, okay? Plug in headphones. And that's usually with the little, I don't know it. The USB plug-in probably will not work. The one that looks like a cylinder, I don't know what it's called. Do you know what it's called? Like the one that looks like a cylinder. Is this a video or is this
the
just
3.5 millimeter headphone jack?
That one. Okay, so what Lizette is holding up right now is good. Wait, are we doing the video or is this like just audio? We're doing video. Okay, cool. So what Lizette just held up, that's what you want to bring, because at the moment, I actually just talked to district people yesterday, and we're trying to get them to bring in headphones, and they are going to do their best to get them in as quick as they can. No guarantees they'll show up on time, because the one thing you'll find with ordering through districts, things take time. It's just the way it works. So, so bring your own. I do not recommend the USB ones. USB ones will not work, as well as AirPods. I don't recommend wireless ones either. Because they work? Theoretically, yes, but if everyone brings Bluetooth stuff, it's very easy to get things mixed up. So I do not recommend wireless. I just remember just the thing that Lisa held up, just put it in. Aaron, what was it? 3.5 millimeter? Is that what? Okay, perfect. Do that. Yeah, just do that. So that's what I'd recommend.
Alrighty. Next, can we use our phones during lunch?
Great question. The answer is yes. I'm assuming that one was from a freshman. Yes, phones, definitely you can use those during lunch. And it'll just depend on the teacher whether or not you use them during class. In fact, for everyone, and this is more for freshmen because upperclassmen, you guys know the drill. You guys will be are encouraged to bring phones to school, and here's why. And this, I guess, is for the upperclassmen as well. If and when you get a ride to campus, so for pickup and drop off, here's the deal. Your ride will not just wait in front of the school like normal. That's going to be changing, okay? Usually people line up in front, you find your ride, and you get going. They are required to go park, okay? So they're going to be parking in that parking lot. The good thing is that Cal Poly Pomona gave us that parking lot, so that parking lot's ours to use, so they should be able to find parking. In theory, they should be able to find parking, but here's the deal. They're going to park, and then what will probably encourage them to do is text you and say, hey, here's where I am. I'm towards the back near the street, or I'm going to be closer to the parking structure, or I'm really close to the front, or something like that. Or I see the International Polytechnic High School orange letters right in front of me. And so they'll probably tell you where to go. So as you leave, they're going to probably text you where to go, because you don't want to sift through 100 cars like you're in the mall. You're like, oh my gosh, where'd the car go? Like, you don't want to be doing that. So I would recommend that you either text or call your ride, and they kind of let you know where they are. That's going to be the easiest thing. So I definitely recommend you to bring your phone, okay? Phones are not just allowed, they are encouraged at this point. It's a big one.
How many students will be in a classroom?
How many students will be in a classroom? Great question. I believe the top's 23 or 24. I thought it was 23, but then again, I just saw 24 in my room, so that might have changed slightly. So 23 to 24 per classroom.
What will happen if someone gets infected?
You know, I'm actually not super sure about the policy with that. I do know we have like quarantine tents. So if someone's not feeling good or is like kind of showing symptoms, they'll probably go, there's like a tent where I'm sure like the nurse on campus will go check them out. And then I think, don't quote me on this, I think it's in the email. There's an email sent out a little while ago. I don't have that in front of me, unfortunately, but I think if someone is found to have COVID and they're around campus, I think that class might switch back to online. I think if like you're around that person, I think that's what happens. But yeah, don't quote me on that one. Unfortunately, I'm not super sure on that. I would have to do a little more investigating, but I think that was on the email that I read, but I don't exactly remember. Sorry, not super quick on that question.
Are those online going to have to stay for the entire class?
Yes, I see you will. So yeah, if you're online, and again, that kind of depends on the teacher, but yes, in theory, you are supposed to. So if the teacher's lecturing, obviously you have to stay for the whole lecture. If they're doing like a classwork, yeah, you should be around for classwork. I mean, just in case, like they say, like some big announcement or something like that. So I would not recommend just bailing, even if you're online. I definitely recommend sticking around because you don't want to miss key material. Because I'll tell you guys right now, when I'm teaching live, I do expect people online to at least be aware of what's going on. Obviously, if I'm just walking around helping people, yeah, you don't have to like watch that super closely. But if I do stop everyone and say, hey guys, I have an announcement, or hey guys, you guys need to do this, I do expect you guys to be paying attention. So, yeah, that is something there.
Will there be individual desks or group desks?
Individual. Great question. And yeah, they're individual. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to do group desks. So, yeah, I know for all the people who have taken my class before, we used to always do group desks. It's kind of the way I ran life back in the day. But yeah. Now that we're living in a science fiction movie, yeah, we're all just by ourselves on a little pod. So, yeah, each desk has its own little pod. You got you have like this like see-through cubicle deal. So it's like this like square thing you put on your desk. Each student, last time I checked, you guys get 2 masks, 1 white one black one. I guess you get to mix it up depending on your outfit that day. I don't know. And then what else are we giving you? We're giving you like a mat. There's like a mat. You're supposed antimicrobial mat you put on your desk. So that's what you put on there. And then I think there's also like a box that I think we're going to give you where you can like put your stuff in there. And yeah, so one of the hard parts that you guys have to deal with, this is actually a good segue to that. You guys will have to carry your stuff around. So we are going to provide you a laptop. So it's a really cool laptop. It's like a tiny little MacBook Air. I'm jealous. It's even nicer than the one I have, which is actually kind of rare. You guys get the cool stuff, which is great. You guys are better at this. You guys are better with computers than we are anyway. So that's good. But the cool thing is you get all this kind of all these cool bells and whistles. Problem is, between classes, you got to pack up and carry everything around. Okay. So I do not recommend bringing a ton of stuff. Well, at least talk to your teachers, of course. But for me, if you're a freshman in East House, you want to store some stuff in the back of my room, that's cool. I can't open that up to the whole campus because that would be crazy. I don't want 150 people saying, Speier's the new locker room. I don't want to do that. So I would like to avoid that situation. But talk to your house teacher. I'm sure teachers will be flexible with that. But try not to bring too much stuff, but because, yeah, you will need to be carrying things around. So, yeah, maybe it's like a small backpack is fine. But, yeah, you'll need to, like, kind of pick up, pack up, and go. So that's kind of the deal there. And that'll be between every single class. So, yeah.
How will lunch work / can we bring our own lunch?
Great question. How will lunch work? Lunches will be staggered. This is true for everybody. So lunches will be staggered. So if you are a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, so for freshmen and sophomores, we won't have at the same time. If you have friends who are in the different grade level, I'm sorry, too bad, so sad. You are having lunch separately. So sophomores have lunch at one point, freshmen have lunch at one point. The same could be said for juniors and seniors. Okay, so juniors and seniors will have lunch at different points. of the day. That's something called the stable grouping. We are not allowed to mix up stable groups. The freshmen are a stable group, the sophomores are a stable group, the juniors are a stable group, the seniors are a stable group. They are not allowed to intermix, which means passing periods and lunch periods do not happen at the same time. You show up to campus at a different time and you leave campus at a different time. So unfortunately, if you have people in different grade levels, I guess we're still going to hang out online for the time being. And then as far as, that's kind of lunch. Lunch is kind of like that too. Can you bring your own lunch? I would actually encourage that, honestly. I know for lunch, the couple other options are you can get lunch provided. If you need lunch provided, let the school know that you would like lunch provided for you, and they can get that done. And then option 2, bring your own lunch. I would recommend that because I like to control what I eat. I'm kind of like that. There is a Grubhub option. I'm not super sure how it works, but I think that's like a online deal. I think that's through Cal Poly Pomona. I think, I believe it was on the email again. So, I need to read that email again myself. But anyhow, that's it.
Are we going to take tests in person?
Great question. If you're in person, well, yeah, I guess you will take tests in person. And that's also going to depend on your teacher. For myself personally, I'm going to keep all testing online. So when you guys take a test in my class, everyone's taking the online version of the test. So you'll go to either quizzes, Google Forms, whatever I decide to use. As far as other teachers go, I can't speak for other teachers. That is actually teachers' discretion. But I might assume that people will keep it online. I mean, that's my guess, but again, there's multiple teachers on campus. That's probably going to be the trend, but I can't guarantee that.
And our last question, how do you feel about going back in person?
It's going to be different. I'm excited to see people I haven't seen. I've only seen a lot of people on screen, it's kind of interesting. I've never had that experience before. I've only met people like through a computer. But yeah, I'm excited to meet people in person. But I'm also kind of curious to see how it goes. This is really a new experience for everyone, myself included. I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm excited to see how everything works. And we'll just see. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I was looking at reading all the emails and going to all the meetings and stuff. We had a staff meeting, by the way, in like 30 minutes that we're going to kind of brush up a lot of stuff there. So, so if I hear any updates on anything, I'll let you know, Lizette. But, it's just going to be interesting to see what happens. So I'm excited to see people in person. I think that'll be a lot of fun. But, a little excited, a little nervous at the same time for all the new stuff. But, everything's been new these days for me. So, just another challenge to conquer, in my opinion.
Well, that concludes this interview. I hope you have a great day, Mr. Speier.
Hello again, everyone. For this segment, we decided to talk a bit about Cal Poly, because we're gonna start venturing out there when we go back to school. Though I believe that most of the food options are gonna be like orderable on Grubhub and such. It's still important to know. But I guess
what's happening in here?
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said only host. Maybe I shouldn't have added only host, huh? Alright. There we go. Okay. And full screen. That's so it's easy to do. And, alright. Oh, I unpaused it. Frick. Okay, it's been recording the last couple minutes, so... Alright, so now Taryn and I are going to talk a bit about Cal Poly, because anyways, I can't. Well, alright, that just ruined my whole mood there now, didn't it? Okay. Alright, so now Tara and I, and this is me or trying to record anything in general. Hello, everyone. So now Tara and I are gonna talk about Cal Poly because when we go back to IPoly, we're gonna be using that extensively, and a lot of the underclassmen won't have known about how things go on there very well. So I guess first of all, probably the most thing we were going to use the Cal Poly campus most for is probably going to be PE. That's where the changing rooms are, and we use the small gym a lot. So and when you run a mile, you're going to be sort of sent around the Cal Poly campus, which actually has very nice scenery. If anyone listening has ever been there. Actually, Taryn, what is your favorite thing to sort of see at Cal Poly?
Oh, you just mentioned like the scenery. I mean, I think it's supposed to be kind of like a relaxing place for the students, so we're not supposed to go there. But like, it's really pretty, and I may or may not have once decided to run my mile through there.
Yes, indeed. I guess something actually a really cool building there is called the Triangle Building, and actually, if Miss Cancino ever actually showed the freshmen the Gattaca movie this year, that movie was actually filmed at that spot at Cal Poly. That's where the main building is.
You'll probably hear this many times, but fun fact, that building is sinking into the ground. A School of Engineers built it, but there are flaws, and it's sinking. So
Wait,
they
really?
can't use it quite how they wanted to.
Wait, is the foundation sort of falling out or something? How does a building sink?
I forget what it was, honestly, but just when they originally built it, it was good. I think maybe an earthquake or something knocked it wrong. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, now it's sinking into the ground, so I think they said they have to make another building.
Alright. So yeah, that's fun. So like we said earlier, we're the small we call it the small gym because it's one of Cal Poly's secondary gyms. Personally, I actually haven't been to the big gym because
calls it that, but
yeah,
it's there and it's bigger.
I put that in quotes because I don't think that's actually how they refer to it. But if there's a small gym, there's got to be a big gym, right? So, but yeah, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's like a basketball gym that we use for PE a lot. So I guess for the sophomores, when you do your your Olympics component, sad Taryn over there didn't get to do it.
It's the funnest thing to do. Everyone says it's the funnest project. I wouldn't know.
Yes. Now I'm gonna talk about it. But yes, have fun. But yeah, it's essentially you're gonna be put into groups based off of a country, and in PE you learn about different sports, and you do tournaments and stuff, and that's where they do, and we do most of them in the small gym. So last year we had a volleyball thing was sort of the main event, so we spent the semester in a team training up to do a tournament.
You do all of your indoor PE activities in the small gym, but then also in the grass and the concrete around it, you do some stuff. If you're doing a warm-up run, you do it around the small gym. The girls' locker rooms are connected, nice. The guys' locker rooms are somewhere a little bit off on campus, so it sucks for guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not that bad. It's only 3 minutes. It's only 3 minutes walking over, so it's not too bad.
But yeah, there's that, and then again the quote unquote big gym, which no one ever goes to. A common thing with these Cal Poly places is that they hate IPoly students. Don't go there.
Well,
Don't make noise.
Yeah, when she says like hate, they don't like hate as in like
In a joking way.
yeah,
I
hate as in
mean,
like
look, some
you
of
know
them, some of them might get pretty annoyed, but for the most part,
yeah.
they're
I mean all this like I've walked like to and from Cal Poly like almost on like a daily basis when I was there, and no one ever like cared. I mean, it's not like the freaking college students. Oh, there's my dog. It's not like the college students are gonna like like try to kick you out or something. They
They're
really don't care.
swarming with mobs.
Like they're adults. They can handle like a high school student walking in their presence. They're not gonna care.
Yeah.
But
So long as you like keep to yourself and don't do anything obnoxious, you're fine.
yeah, again, just don't be an obnoxious teenager. Because I know multiple times professors have sort of chewed out the PE teachers because the boys' locker room was too loud. The PE teacher has told us that before. So just in like the, when you're indoors, use your indoor voice, that kind of thing. Yeah, they'll probably be doing that this whole time, by the way. So I guess for food, there's actually a lot of different places you can sort of go. The one that like most kids go to is Vista. It's right across the field. When you first like go out the back gate of IPoly, you go down like a little path and you'll see like a big field, and on the other side of that is Vista. And there's like a little market there that you can go and like buy snacks and stuff. And there's also this place called the Den, or like Den.
Don't forget to buy Denny's.
Yes, I mean that's literally what the Den is. Like it's DEN. So I guess because it's literally just like a smaller Denny's. Like it's literally like the same brand. So it's like a Denny's with like a limited menu. So sometimes I go over there and I get like fries and stuff. But if you want to get like super fancy, you can legit just like get like a pancake meal or something if you wanted to. But also you gotta remember you're only gonna have an hour. So keep track of the time.
And then beyond Vista, we have Up, which is pretty much just like a food court. They have like Qdoba, Subway, I think like a seafood place, a little convenience store where you can't really get like actual food, but if you're looking for a snack and for some reason walked like 9 minutes to get to Up, there you go. There's also a panini place, and it has a Starbucks, but I mean, it's kind of a wait. So again, you have to worry about time.
Yeah. So like if you're, if there's like a long line or something, you can just go to like the convenience store and grab like a quick snack or something. But and then a little higher up, we have this very creatively named place that we call Up. So we go from up to two ups, up because it's more
north.
up. Yeah, it's more up. So you could. I'll give you 3 guesses as to why we call it that. But you're probably not gonna be able to make it there during like actual lunchtime because it's easily like 15 plus minutes walk to actually get there. Then you have to like stand in line and order. Then you gotta walk back to school. So it's kind of hard to make it there and like eat.
I think there are like shuttles you can take to get to that general area, but you really have to time it right. So, plus I'm pretty content with like Vista and Up.
Out of all the options, like Vista and Up are definitely the most like practical for during school. But, I think moving on from that, another quick like place you should probably know about is the Cal Poly Library. This is, as you could probably expect, one of those places you should definitely be using your inside voice. Obviously, it's a library. That's kind of the point. But I've heard of a few people like going up there after school or something to do like project work together, and just like it's just a really nice quiet place to do homework. So if you're like stuck, but if you're like stuck at school or like behind, like have to stay at school for a couple hours or something, that's a nice place to go and do homework. Actually,
A lot of like research papers and stuff. There are a lot of research papers and like scientific journals that you can find at the library. So it's a really good resource to have. Your teachers will be telling you a lot, like, hey, make sure you have reliable sources. And boy, oh boy, a college library is packed with those. And you have access to them. You don't have to pay like you do for most colleges. Although I will say, like Ian said, it is a very quiet place. You don't want to make like any noise, really. You can get a little separate room for your group and talk in there. But if you're in just like the main library area or by the computers, you really want to just stay silent.
Yeah, it's actually I think it's like literally like right next to Up. If you like wanted like a frame of reference to where that is, it's like literally like a 20-second walk away. But with that, I think that's really all of the major landmarks that I can think of. If you don't have anything else you want to talk about, Taryn.
No, there's another Starbucks by the library. They're everywhere.
Oh yes. Actually, one more thing that just popped into my head. There's also a Jamba Juice. It's sort of like halfway to Up that you can this probably doesn't apply to to the hybrid learning as much now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But if you do end up running miles during this like pandemic, we don't actually know by the time we're recording this whether or not that's gonna happen. But if you like finish the mile early, you can actually go around and like buy food and then like eat during PE class. It's great. But so that might actually be the last thing we have. So I think that's it for this section on the getting to know Cal Poly.
We were helpful.
Yes, hope we were helpful, and see you guys. We were helpful, and see you guys.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode where we introduced our new senior host and we talked about going back to school in person. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you subscribe for more. Bye!